Mac is on mute also.
Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Hi, Dana.
Dana.
Hi.
Oh, we got a lot of static somewhere.
Yeah, we'll need everyone to mute if they're not speaking. And Dana, do you want to share your video?
I'm not on video. Okay, let's see.
You are now.
There you are. There you are. Okay, excellent.
You're off again, Dana. You need to go back on. There you go. You're on.
Okay, I was on it first, and then okay. All right.
All right.
All right, and if everybody can just go ahead and mute if they are not speaking, that would be fantastic.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. All right, perfect. Well, let's, I'll call the meeting to order and ask PJ if you can please take the roll.
Can we, just want to let you know, we have somebody coming in. It's a phone number, so I don't know who it is.
Okay.
I can ask him who it is. Hello? Who just joined our meeting? Hi, Danny.
Hi.
Hi. Okay.
Who is it, Maria?
Danny Eckert
From Cranes.
from Cranes.
Okay, hi, Danny.
Hi, how are you guys?
Great. Okay, so we have called the meeting to order and we're going to have PJ, if you could call the roll, please.
Okay. Chair Darling,
Here.
Ms. Andolino,
Here.
Mr. Bobbins,
Present.
Mr. Ford,
Present.
Mr. Rooney, Ms. Rooney, not, and Ms. Sudek.
Here.
Okay.
Great, we have a quorum and so we will get started. First, before we get into the election of officers, I just want to say how honored I am to be taking on the role of chairman for ISFA and look forward to working with all of you as we continue to navigate through these challenging times and hopefully looking toward spring and summer for better times ahead for everyone and hopefully welcoming fans back to Guaranteed Rate Field in the spring and summer. So with that, I will move to the election of officers. Every year we have to nominate a slate of officers, including a secretary and treasurer. And so the following members will be our slate of officers for this year. Michael Ford will be stepping into the role of secretary. Trish Rooney as assistant secretary. Treasurer will be Rosemarie Andolino, and the assistant treasurer, Norm Bobbins. And with these proposed officers, the state and city appointees are well represented. So can I have a motion to move forward with the election?
Move to move forward with the election.
Great, and a second?
Second. Second.
Great, PJ, can you call the roll, please?
Sure. Chairman Darling,
Yes.
Ms. Andolino,
Yes.
Mr. Bobbins,
Yes.
Mr. Ford,
Yes.
Ms. Rooney, Ms. Sudek.
Yes.
Great. Thanks very much, and thanks for all of you for serving. Now we'll move on to the approval of the minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from the board meeting from December 10th of 2020?
So moved.
Second.
Great.
Was
And,
that Mike and Rosie?
Yes, PJ.
Okay.
PJ, can you quickly call the roll on this one too?
Sure. Chair Darling,
Yes.
Ms. Andolino,
Yes.
Mr. Bobbins,
Yes.
Mr. Ford,
Yes.
Ms. Rooney, Ms. Sudek.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you, PJ. And now we're going to move to the fiscal year 2021 operating results through December 31st, 2020. And Dana, could you please go ahead and present your information? You're muted, Dana. Nope, still muted. There you go.
Can you hear? Because I cannot.
No, Dana, you're muted.
Maybe Dana, do you have your phone and your computer going? That's why there's a lot of static when you join in? No. Nope.
We can hear you now.
Dana.
Okay. Okay, so fiscal year 2021 net operating results as of December 31st totaled a negative $8.3 million and were unfavorable in comparison to budget by 5.5 million. So you look at the
Dana,
numbers.
Can I ask you to pause? We're admitting, can I ask who's joining, please? Hello?
Dana, could you refer to pages as you go on?
Can I ask who just joined our meeting? Can I ask who just joined?
This is Marcus Scott with the Chicago White Sox. I was having an internet connection, so I called in.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Maka. And
Quite
we
all right.
had somebody else join before you, Maka. Can I ask who just joined? Excuse me? Can you repeat your name, sir? Who just joined? Okay, we have somebody that joined. I don't know who it is. It's a phone number. Okay.
Calling back.
All right, Dana, can you proceed, please?
Okay. Okay, so if we look, we're looking at page 1 of 9, which is behind the blue page of your tab 5. And as I said before, you know, we're at, in comparison to budget, we're 5.5 million below budget, and it's our revenue, our net results are negative $8.3 million. So we've had savings and expenditures due to the overall favorable variance because of timing of start dates for guaranteed rate field construction projects, as well as there were operating savings as well to date. So that leaves us with, you know, we have small numbers of investment income that are lower than planned and unrealized event revenue because of COVID. So our biggest piece of our unfavorable variance for this period is hotel tax revenues. So net hotel tax revenue through December was below budget by 6.8 million, and it was trending below the comparable 2020 period by 27.7 million. So really for this year, between 2021 and 2020, we're 89.3% down in net hotel taxes. So as of February 21st, that percentage that we're down has not changed. So the revenue as of February is 4.5 million, and it is still down. So, you know, when we look at this fiscal year 2021, we know that net hotel tax revenues will not rebound by the end of this fiscal year, and will likely not pay the state advance amount by the end of the fiscal year. So the city will have a financial impact. You know, we are working with the city and the state about looking at debt restructuring to provide some financial relief on this. However, it's uncertain at this time about the timing of when the savings will occur to provide some relief. So that's really the crux of the discussion for fiscal year 2021 through December, and looking kind of prospectively at February through the end of the year. I don't know if you have any questions.
Any questions for Dana? All right, hearing none, then let's move on to the FY 2022 preliminary budget. And that's Dana, of course, again. Thank you, Dana.
Okay, so fiscal year 2022, when we look at the tab number 6, I'm really not going to go into the tab so much. If you kind of go to page 1 of 7 in the section behind the narrative portion, what you'll see is that our expenditures for the year are about approximately $67.3 million. And that breaks down as follows. You know, we've got this order of payment based on the operations assistance agreement. The operations agreement between, the three-party agreement. So that debt service is the primary, then we have the trustee fees, operating expenses on down the line. So what I want to do for you right now is just break down what the debt service, trustee, and contractual obligations are by stadium. So Soldier Field is the crux of the budget at $57.2 million. And that represents 85% of the budget, of which almost 71% of that is debt service. So then for Guaranteed Rate Field, debt service, trustee, and contractual obligations are about $7.7 million for fiscal year 2021. And that amount represents 11.5% of the budget, of which 8.4% is for contractual obligations. So then that leaves the residual 3.5% of the budget for operating costs, which total $2.4 million. And of that $2.4 million, $682.3 million which is roughly 1% of that 3.5% of the budget, is for commercial stadium, liability, and public officials insurance. So when you also look at that page, you see that hotel tax revenue for fiscal 22 is not expected to rebound sufficiently from the financial impact of COVID. So there's, at that time, right now, I'm still reviewing the numbers. We're trying to get better information to come up with what we believe will be our final net hotel tax revenue budget for fiscal 22. But just as a reminder, ISFA has until the May 2021 board meeting to determine the final chairman's certificate amount to certify for operations, for all of operations. So we have some time.
And so,
unless there are questions, I don't have
Dana,
anything.
just to make clear, so what we're talking about today for the preliminary budget, that will be heard at our May board meeting, correct?
Yes.
Great. Thank you. Questions for Dana? Okay. Hearing none, thank you so much. Dana, I know you've been working incredibly hard on all of this preliminary work, so we appreciate the work you've done and want to thank you. Now let's move on to Maureen Gorski, who will present the capital repairs information for FY21 and 22. Maureen?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
The status of the ongoing work at Guaranteed Rate is going full force now that we've gotten a little thaw. And we're looking to wrap up all of that, especially the exterior work, by April 1st, in anticipation of opening day on April 8th. So those projects, the status is just listed, and they're moving along. They're moving along fine. The preliminary budget is the next for funding for 22. The preliminary budget is included in this tab here, and I'm just going to highlight a couple of the items that are on there. The largest item is perimeter security, which we're going to continue that along the Gate 5 area for the end of next season. We have a operating system, a scoreboard control room, where we're replacing the operating system for the whole scoreboard. The operating system that they're using right now is not supported anymore, and they're going basically out of business. So it was urgent that we replace that. And those are the two. We're continuing our LED lighting projects and video surveillance, keeping that going. Concrete repairs, which is always an ongoing project here with HVAC and waste and vent pipe, but just keeping the building like new as we keep going forward here. So, and we do this in coordination with the White Sox and their requests and such. The page right underneath the budget, we just wanted to just briefly touch base on our conscientious look at these budgets, along with the White Sox. We're very conscientious of the environment that we're in, and we're trying to minimize our costs and expenditures while keeping the building up. I mean, we don't want to let anything deteriorate or anything like that, because it's an ongoing concern. But these just show numbers that we're very aware of our revenues, and we want to just be conscientious with that. So in for the past 2 years, that's the activity and what we've tried to do with that. I wanted to touch base because we just put together our information from our calendar year 20 MBE WBE participation numbers. Our goals are 25 and 5. This past year we hit 38 and 7, 38 for the MBE, 7 for the WBE. And in light of this, and just in a global kind of fashion, we're going to reach out again to our organizations who can be very helpful in attaining qualified contractors. We reached out to the Urban League Federation of Women Contractors, Black Contractor Union, HACIA, Black Owners and Executives. We reached out to them. We're going to follow up with a budget that shows just the projects that we're looking forward to with the dollar amounts, and like a brief description, a brief scope of work of what that entails, and maybe some tentative start dates. And then we're going to offer a online virtual presentation of what it takes to submit a bid to the organization. And I think it's very helpful because it's very daunting sometimes. Our RFP is like 89 pages long, but we break that down and show them that it's not, a lot of it is informational, a lot of it is guidelines, and it'll tell them exactly what we need and exactly how to fill these things out. The Women's Federation, Beth Doria already reached out to me and said she'd love to, participate in that. So that's what we're going to do. And then when the bids go out, we can notify that. We're going to notify them so that they can spread it out from their organizations. And in addition, Rosie had a good idea to post a link on our website to those organizations. And that would be, for partnering with some of the people that we already use. They can contact them, and they're looking for an electrical contractor underneath their contract or something. And that partnering aspect is extremely important and within our organization. So I think that will help us branch out a little further. I'd love to get 50% or more with this, and I think it's attainable. I also wanted to share just one success story that we've had so far. It's a big one. Beth Doria from the Women's Federation, I approached her at a conference that we had, an outreach conference, and I said, I'm looking for an electrical consultant. And she said, I know someone. So she put me in contact with Pat Harada of Lightatech for LED lighting, a consultant, because we were just starting to change our whole building over, and I wanted some help with all the rebates and incentives. It's a large thing. From the fall of 18 up till now, we have gotten $628,000 of incentives and rebates from this project. I mean, it's so much more than we would ever pay her, and it's so nice and easy, because even the White Sox, Mike Spadali says, I just get an email from her. It says, sign here. He said, I sign here, and the money comes in, So, and then they forward that to us, because that goes against our cost of install. But we need more success stories like this. I usually am successful in getting my contractors to partner somebody, but it just needs to step it up a notch. And so that's what we're gonna drive for this year in the right around the springtime and stuff like that, even coming up into our next budget to really give it a push.
Maureen, thank you so much for this. I think I speak for all of us on the board when I say how important this is and that your efforts are really appreciated. And I know that you've been working with Rosie on brainstorming new ideas and new opportunities. And so we really appreciate your commitment to this, and our commitment to it remains incredibly strong. And we want to do whatever we can to bring in more MBEs and WBEs, into our contracting world at ISFA.
Yes.
We really are grateful for your commitment to this work. So thank you so much. Any questions for Maureen? Coco?
Maureen, I think that is fantastic what you're doing. I think it sounds innovative and critical. And I think that whatever we can do to expand the pool of prosperity and opportunity to contracting opportunities is so important. I would love to see that WBE number pushed higher, maybe to 10, as not just a goal, but also something that we achieve. I just applaud you in what you're doing. I do want to ask about the security upgrades. So we're moving the gate, and then we're moving the player's entrance inside the perimeter. Were there any kind of security events or issues that happened that drove this?
No. Well, more observations. The moving the driveway is just that the driveway was very close to the plaza, and and everybody's just thinking about possible things that might happen. But there also is the Safety Act in line with the federal government, and there's a designation that you can achieve on the Safety Act that limits your liability in case of a terrorism attack to the amount that your insurance covers. So, if something happened, God forbid, to the building and to the patrons inside, the patrons could only come back and come after you for the amount that is covered by your insurance. So basically, as an organization, ISFA, and as the Chicago White Sox, we're doing this in tandem to try to get this designation, and there's requirements. And part of the requirements is to secure your perimeter. And the White Sox have done a fantastic job in the interior and all of their operational things that they do to prevent guns from coming into the building and all that, to put up all those things. They've done a fantastic job with that. So we're picking up the perimeter security to apply for that designation and to get that extra, liability, limited liability.
Okay, thanks.
Other questions or comments for Maureen?
I was just going to say, Leslie, thank you very much for highlighting. She's done a stellar job and continues to in the relationship with the White Sox. I want to thank John and his team, Mike Sodali, for the, again, collaborative approach in terms of being cautious and, being working together to achieve a win-win situation, even during these challenging times. And on that, as Maureen highlighted on the risk assessment and the security issues, as we know, security is ever evolving and changing. We're going to constantly get smarter and smarter about it. And there's going to be new issues each and every time. So this will be kind of like a never ending, issue that we're going to continue to grow and learn and enhance each and every time. So there'll be more to come. And it's just a layered approach that we'll keep building upon.
Do we need to approve the capital budget?
No, Norm, this is information only for this meeting, and we'll have approvals at the May meeting.
Okay.
Anything
else? Projects have to kick off before that.
No, they don't.
Okay.
This is for July 1st.
All back of the house stuff is being done, the preliminary work on it.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else for Maureen? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. at this point would be the public comment section of our meeting. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to speak? Okay, hearing none. We'll move to other business. John, is there anything you'd like to share with us about comments, questions, needs of the team? We do want to thank you and your team for the cooperation, as Rosie mentioned.
No, and the White Sox ditto as well. And thanks to Maureen and really the entire ISFA staff for working together with us to try and deal with our repairs, our maintenance, our budgeting, the situation, and during these trying times. I know I've heard from my guys that it's a pleasure to work together. We don't always get what we want, but we work towards what's necessary. Outside of that, I'm just keeping my fingers crossed for a good season.
Us too. Hopefully we'll be welcoming fans back in and have a successful season, and look forward to continuing working with you and have some exciting updates in May. I don't see any need for an executive session unless any of my fellow board members see any need to do so. All right, our next meeting is scheduled for Thursday, May 27th at 10 a.m. Location TBD. Hopefully we will not have to use Microsoft Teams going forward, but we're gonna just hold that decision off until the meeting gets a lot closer. So unless you hear otherwise, we'll be meeting remotely, unfortunately, but let's see what happens. So hoping again for better days as the spring is upon us soon. With no further business, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Great. All those in favor?
Aye.
Great. Perfect. All right. Well, we are adjourned. Thank you all very much for your time this morning, and we'll look forward to seeing you in May. If anybody needs anything in advance of that, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, Dana, Maureen, any of the team. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Leslie.
Have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.